Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is How to Get Away with Murder. This is season 2, episode 2. We are right back in, and I love this damn show. I love this show. So many twists, so many turns. Definitely. Again, I'm going to apologize right at the beginning. You know I'm doing this on a 1 view thing, and I'm always doing this on at least a 2 view. So if I miss anything, don't get upset with me. If something, just comments. We're going to work together. I'm at the hospital for treatment, so I'm good. Don't worry about the gown. I'm good. I'm just here for my treatment. And all that. So here for chemo, and that's it. But I feel good. Anyway, I'm not going to go on that. We're doing How to Get Away with Murder. This is not about me. This is about Annalise Keating and all her bullshit. So let's get to it. Okay, so remember we have the siblings that killed the parent, and then the aunt ended up dead and all that. Okay, so the siblings are arrested. The girl actually lies and says that she was at home, and the brother was at home as well. And you know he wasn't home all night. Remember, he went out jogging. He wasn't home all night, but the siblings lied. Anyway, so they got him in there. Annalise ends up getting there, getting him pulled up out of there and everything like that. Just in time, basically. Just in time before anything gets to spill. In the meantime, we actually see, remember when it ended, that cryptic ending, you see more of that. Connor's actually standing over Olivia, and he has blood all over his hands. There, Kayla and Laurel are already outside. Wes, remember we saw Wes running and leaving. He met up with them too. Connor's still inside. The 3 of them are actually outside waiting on Connor, and he's standing over top of Annalise, and he's saying to her, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. It is always all your fault, you know? And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And they're literally waiting outside. Wes meets up with them, and they're like, where the hell is Connor? So I'm like, okay, just craziness. So keep that peace. And then we go to the 2 months before. We're back in court and all this. Everything's going on. And we're going to kind of just like push on through this. Wes and Bonnie basically are sent in. That's who, Annalise sent them in to get the siblings. And they're basically working on them separately, trying to get the truth out of them about what actually happened to the aunt and what really went on that night. The nighttime. With them, whether they were really in the house together or not. And they're working them, trying to get it and all that. Annalise is pissed because they kind of, they lied, and she's looking at them really sideways like, you motherfuckers are not going to just keep walking around killing people. Now, this is what we're not going to do. I'm going to represent you, but we're not going to just keep walking around lying and fucking killing people, because that's that. Because right now, the 2 of them are looking real guilty. But Annalise, she's like, fuck it, I'm going to flip it. I'll teach you how to get away with murder. But she told them, y'all go on home, honey. And don't kill no motherfucking body else, okay? Damn. So, that's all going on. Remember, we got Annalise's whole case going on. And Eve is actually taking care of that. And this whole thing. So, we got that. We're going back and forth between court cases. And the shit's just is rolling. So things getting a little sticky. She goes ahead and we're in court for Annalise. And it was the slickest shit in the world, but the damn DA, remember the DA got the information from old stupid ass to talk too much. What is the boy's name? The one that Bonnie sleeps with, Asher. gave up the information about Eve and Annalise knowing each other. The DA gets in court. She spills the beans that Eve and Annalise actually know each other. And Eve basically telling the judge, yes, we are acquaintances, but we're not friends. We went to school together along with 1,499 other students. There's 1,500 people in my class. If I went into court and didn't ever take cases that might concern somebody that I may have gone to school with, I would never make money. I would never get to practice law because I went to school with 1,500 people. So am I going to take and leave a case just because I may have gone to school with someone? I would never make money. There would be no purpose in me even having this career. At that point, I said, come on, Eve, you smart bitch. I see why you and Annalise are friends. But she basically, literally went into court and really told the truth about Sam's murder. Because what had happened, the DA was so into thinking she had it down. She thinks she's a smart bitch. She's so into having it down. And it seems like she has this thing, because, you know, Annalise is good. Everybody knows that. So I think she's trying to make a career off Annalise's back. She's so into taking Annalise down that she was bombarding the judge and the jury with stuff about Annalise. And it got to a point where it's like, well, who is actually on trial here? Because Nate is on trial. Annalise is not on trial. But they put Annalise up on stand, and Annalise basically pointed out, she's like, you are so frivolous, and you are so all over the place. And I didn't, you know, put my hand on the Bible to be part of a witch hunt. I lost my husband, you know, and we're here about this man who, you know, it's about him, and you're just throwing stuff all over. Who are you really after? And you're being very amateurish, and I'm just not here for this. She gets down. Eve basically took it from there, and it took a turn that really made my mouth fall open, because Eve literally, like I said, did the Jedi mind trick, and we didn't know if it was going to work or not, but she basically told the whole actual story of kind of how it happened. And the shit worked. And the way she ended it, you know, she's like, so you lied and did that, this, that thing, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, shame on you, Miss Keating. Shame on you. Shame on you, Miss Keating. This, that thing, and the other. And it was so crazy. They broke, and they came back, and it was a whole thing. The judge came up and was like confused because, you know, Nate was the one on trial, and the DA spent so much time trying to really bombard Annalise with everything and incriminate Annalise, who wasn't actually on trial like that, and she discredited herself and her case. The judge literally threw it out, told her, you need to go start all over, honey, and get your case together. Don't come in here all willy-nilly and crazy and confusing everybody and acting foolish. And she threw everything out. Nate was free to go. Annalise was free to go. And that was that. So it actually did work. That bitch really did work the Jedi mind trick on the whole court. And it worked. That, it was a mess. So, of course, the DA was pissed. And we were all shocked. I was shocked, too. And that's the long short of it. Now, let's flip back. There was some cryptic conversation had between Bonnie and Annalise, and this was kind of crazy. And Bonnie kept saying, everything I did it for you. And Annalise is really like, girl, you're a monster. You do shit that's all out of order, and you keep claiming it's for me. It wasn't always for me. It's about Sam and your bullshit. This, that, other. And she basically is like, whatever. So Bonnie's saying, no, I did everything for you to protect you, this, that, and the other. And Annalise said some other shit about, no, you need protection from me, and this, that, and the other. And she's like, you're always confused. I never really protected you. You know, I didn't protect you because you didn't deserve it. You deserved to be protected back then. I'm like, back then? So, a real cryptic conversation. there's more to the Annalise, Bonnie, Sam thing. And I'm wondering, did Annalise have a lesbian relationship with Bonnie too? Or did Bonnie have something else going on with Sam? Honey, listen, I don't know, but it was cryptic, it was weird, and I promise you it's leading off into something else. So we gotta watch and hold on to that piece, okay? In the midst of all this, they figure out the whole thing with the siblings, and get them out of the shit, because they had got down and they basically said, no, Caleb, the boy, that he done did this shit. His DNA was actually found in the car with the damn aunt, her slit throat. So they were like, we're getting him. Bonnie and them got it down, and they figured out there were actually 2 DNA reports done. One of the first DNA report was thrown out because there was nothing found. The second one was kept. And they figured that out, and they presented that to the court. And it was proven that basically it was planted. They put that DNA of his was planted. And they said, well, why was that first one thrown out? Because you didn't find anything. So they got off with that. They got off with that, with the aunt. But stuff is still out there about the mother. And about the parents. That's already, that's still out there. So they're like, go home. Shit. Don't kill no goddamn body. So we get everything all figured out. But the aunt shit, we got that up off of you. Okay, so they got that. Michaela and Connor run into some guy at this bar there out. They run into this guy, and it was kind of strange. But we kind of found out later on that the guy, this toward the end of the program, we found out later on, the guy wasn't really strange. Rebecca, they're sitting Rebecca's stuff out at remember her apartment upstairs from West? And there's stuff out there, and there was a picture. And there was this picture of Rebecca's, and the goddamn guy is actually in that picture. So I don't know if he's the 911 thing on the phone or what. We don't know who he is at this point, but we got to watch that piece. So there's another little piece hanging out there. That guy, because he got himself, he's all trying to hook up with Michaela. Michaela's kind of buying in. So he's weaseled his way in, and he's not a stranger. So we got to see what's going to go on with him. So we're watching him. Remember, we're watching Bonnie, because there's something cryptic going on there. In the meantime, in between time, Eve and Annalise got this little thing going, and Annalise then got pissed off, and she said, you know, the whole thing, she said, you hurt my feelings. You know, when she did the shame on you, you know, that was some sideways talk for you fucking bitch. I can't believe you actually got us in all this shit. And shame on you, bitch, again. You're always doing something. So she had told Eve, you know, you hurt my feelings, blah, 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 blah. But of course, you know, it was like a little thing. And then she asked her, do you love Nate? Do you love him? You know, and Annalise basically didn't answer. It was a no answer. Then they had the nerve to reminisce about how they had munched and crunched each other's box the other night and how much fun it was. And then she went into the, why did you hurt me? You know, why did you have to say it like that? And it was basically a little lover's quarrel. And then it was like, fuck it, I'm going to eat your box again. And they had some good old scissoring, carrying on, honey, and they spent the night together. And then Eve went on back to New York, and she asked Annalise, why don't you leave here and come back to New York with me? You know, fuck all this shit. You can't stay here. This is just a mess. You know, this is over. Come on back to New York with me. She's like, I'll think about it. It's like, okay. I was like, okay, a master child, lesbian love. All right. So then we jump back over, honey, and it goes back to the 2 months ahead. And the whole thing with Annalise laying there on the floor. And then they basically, you see all of them, they've come back into the house. And they're like, Connor, we gotta go. And he's like, you know, okay. And now he's kind of freaking out a little bit. But they actually talk him into leaving. And they literally walk off and they leave Annalise basically to die. She's bleeding out. They basically leave. She's looking up like, looking at them. And I'm like, yeah, they fucking flipped it. And they, you know, they're all scary Marys. And they all basically were rolling out, leaving her to die. And they have a whole mess there, of course. You know how they do things. And then you see them look over. They pan over. It's not just Annalise laying on the floor. A little further over in the mansion, there is the DA. And her motherfucking head is cracked to the white meat. And she's laying there dead on the floor in the mansion as well. So now we have that out there. So, how to get away with murder. Season 2, episode 2. Honey, we got that Bonnie thing hanging out there. We got that guy from the picture that's messing around with Michaela hanging out there. And what the fuck happened to the DA? And what the fuck happened to Annalise up in this mansion? So, love this goddamn show. Again, if I forgot anything or I missed anything, put it in the comments. Love you guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how this works. And I will see you guys real soon next Thursday. And we'll go and get all confused again. I just love this. Thursdays and Wednesdays are just the best. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.